G'day guys, it's Phantom, and today I'm going to be talking about Black Adam. Um, Now, I am a Marvel and DC fan. I like Marvel a little bit more, but I really do like DC. So, in this review, I'm going to be talking a little bit of smack about the movie, but the movie is good. It isn't like terrible or anything. It is a pretty entertaining watch. There is a lot of fight scenes. Yeah, it's not really a bad movie. It isn't like what the other DC movies have been. I'm not saying that they are bad as well. There's some really great DCEU films, but there's been a lot of stingers. Dwayne Johnson has been working on this project for about 15 years, um, which you could tell that he's really passionate about this character. It is like a passion piece, really. But him as Black Adam is fantastic. Um, Most of the cast is really good. But in the frame of 15 years, there has been a lot of Marvel movies or superhero movies in general that have come out, and I feel like this movie has been ignoring those movies, because there is a lot of things that have already been used in other superhero movies, which kind of makes this movie not as fresh as we wanted it to be. Um, anyway, I'm going to talk about the positives first. As I said, the cast is fantastic. Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate is perfect casting. Literally one of the best castings that I've ever seen. I love that character. I really want to see more of that character. I want him to have his own movie, or a series, but mostly a movie because of how great the character is. And yes, he is better than Doctor Strange, but with the limited amount of time that we've had, we didn't really get to see what he is really capable of, which is a bit of a shame. And the action scenes, pretty much like 80% of the movie is fully action, and I was really entertained. The action scenes were filmed really well. The visual effects for them were really good as well. I'm going to talk about that later. But yeah, and the chemistry between all the characters were really good as well. Um, but that is pretty much it for my positives. Um, this movie, because it has a lot of fight scenes, you have little to no character development for anybody. The only person who really gets a character arc is Hawkman. Black Adam is kind of a secondary character in this movie, which I mean, why do they do this? They have the title character, and then they kind of just push him on the side and let all the other people carry the movie, because they did carry the movie. Adam Smasher and his chemistry with Cyclone was great. Their chemistry together were great. But yet again, we didn't really get that much screen time with them. Their powers were pretty cool. Their visual effects were really good. But yeah, the character development is not really good. The writing as well is horrible. The dialogue is so cringeworthy that at some points, I just started laughing because of how dumb they were. Even in the trailers, you could predict almost every single line that they're going to say. And that's kind of what I said before with the 15 years. They've just ignored the other superhero movies. and other movies in general. And I'm going to talk about the visual effects again because it is very inconsistent. Uh, there's some points where you could literally tell that it is completely green screen. At like the start of the movie, we have like a little flashback of how Black Adam became Black Adam, and or like the slavery is and all that. There's one point where a kid like stands and like the sky is like behind him. Is You can literally see like black outlines around him, and I started laughing at that. And also, with the dialogue, you could almost hear nobody talking like at all. The score behind in the background was way too overwhelming. I was in a theater where the sound system was really good because I always pick those ones to have the best experience. But the score was too overwhelming. You couldn't hear like almost anybody talking, even though there wasn't any much dialogue in the fight scenes. But when they were, you couldn't really hear them, and that was like in the quiet scenes as well. The score was used at completely the wrong time. At one point they just had like a really quiet thing, and then when someone wanted to give a big speech, the music just went like boom. But I mean, if you want to be entertained by this movie, it does do that. Uh, it's not like a crazy superhero film at all. Uh, and the term anti-hero for this character is just dumb. Anyway, that was my review. What were your thoughts? And yes, have a good one.